Hello, I'm APXToyCat and welcome back to a Facecam video. I figured I'd do one of these because I wanted to talk about something face-to-face, heart-to-heart, like Ocelot to Ocelot. Do you like my Ocelot placement, by the way? I've had one of these for a while, but I figured I'd put it on the microphone while we talk about something that is really important, because if you're on YouTube right now, which you should be, then you'll see just down there, there is the YouTube comment section, something which is known all across the internet for being one of the most toxic places to have any form of user interaction. I want to talk about why it's known for being so toxic, because when I was growing as a YouTuber, I never really understood why so many YouTubers just turned off comments altogether, or just entirely ignore them, and it's something I guess I've slowly started to realize as my channel has grown, and rather than just keeping those secrets on the inside, why not share them in a video? And that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be sharing why I think the YouTube comments suck so much, and hopefully you all do enjoy today's video. So if you do all like it, like the video and let me know, because it helps out the channel, and let us know you do like these sorts of, I guess it's a really in-depth video, mostly for like people that are either into YouTube as a creator, either watch a lot of YouTube and therefore read a lot of YouTube comments, or that just want to get a message to me and want to guarantee that, you know, it's the best way, or how they can maybe improve the stuff, because I know so many people leave YouTube comments that are positive. I get 1,000 comments a day, and probably, like, you know, at least half of them are probably positive in some way, or are probably, you know, actually doing something useful, like, you know, giving me a suggestion, or a piece of criticism that's actually constructive, or a seed, or, you know, just saying, hey Toycat, love videos, whatever it is. I'm sure most comments are like that, but the problem with YouTube isn't necessarily the content so much as the system which creates the content, because basically YouTube used to just be a comment section of just like, okay, we're gonna go from most recent to least recent, and it'd be a real wild bag of what you'd get. Sometimes you'd get really positive stuff, sometimes you just get a sea of negativity, but that's how YouTube comments work. They were just it was just the most recent comments on it. But then YouTube, I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago, decided to have like an upvote downvote system. So this is really popular from sites like Reddit, where basically if you think something is relevant to discussion, you can upvote it. If you think something is irrelevant, I guess, or like you think it's just entirely, it's pointless, it's irrelevant, or it's just needless toxicity, you can downvote it. So the idea was, okay, people will upvote this stuff at the top, those will show up and you can see, I guess, like a feel for what most people are thinking, and then you'll see everything else after that. And although this works fine in theory, the problem is not enough people use it for its intended I don't think anyone uses it for anyone uses it for its intended purpose, and most people don't use it at all. Like, if you look at a video of like 50,000 views or something, again, compare the views on this video to the most upvoted comment down below, it's probably something like, you know, like, let's make up some numbers, like 20,000 versus 50 likes. Like, you'll see like there's a giant disparity between those numbers, because most people don't upvote and downvote. The people that do upvote and downvote seem to do it because a comment made them laugh so much, or they, you know, maybe, you know, they disagree with something, so they downvote it. You don't really get so much like, this is relevant and should go to the top, or this is irrelevant and should go to the bottom. Instead, it's just, I agree with your opinion, or like, oh sorry, I laughed at your comment, I agree with it, or whatever it is. And yeah, why is this such a problem? Well, the problem is because you have a sea of comments from so many different things. Again, there's like seed suggestions, there's weird jokes in there, because there's a joke at the end of each video. There's going to be like people trying to point out mistakes in the video. There's all this just sea of different things. And bear in mind, after you get to a certain size on YouTube, people don't talk necessarily to you in the comment section, even though I appreciate when people do. Then they're talking about you. They're talking to other people about you, like, hey, does anyone else think Toycat looks kind of like purple in this video? If you're curious, by the way, I can't get my lighting to work. It keeps making me look blue or purple or something like that. I don't know what's wrong with this camera or my room or whatever it is, but whatever. If I'm blue or red to you, then blame the camera, not me. Anyway, but yeah, so basically, like, someone will be commenting about that. They won't be commenting it to me. They'll say, look how blue Toycat looks today, or whatever it is. And yeah, I think that's one part of the problem too. And then the other part of the problem is the fact that if very few people are doing something, you get this like real minority that control what goes to the top. And because the minority is, I guess, the people who comment the most, YouTube comments, as somewhere that are known for being toxic, means that you get this weird YouTube community that are upvoting the same things every single time. Pretty much every video you go to, at the first will have a comment like, last time I was this early, Donald Trump was still in the EU, haha, look, current events or something, or, you know, it'll be like, I used to be a fan, but now I'm a windmill. Just the same jokes from every video that people see, and they're like, yeah, that's funny, I get the in-joke. And that means that the top comments, the things that are shown to you first as the most relevant things, again, by default on mobile, and by default, I think, on the PC, are just like, you know, weird jokes that are in-jokes on YouTube that you'll see and be like, oh, okay then. And then if you scroll below that, once you get past the jokes that are from every video, you'll get into stuff like, okay, this is controversial, so lots of ups and lots of downs. So if someone says something that sounds correct, but people know isn't, so it'll get a lot of upvotes, people being like, hey Toycat, did you actually know that if you kill a zombie with a feather, you'll get a music disc or something? It sounds correct, or like, or if you can breed polar bears of wheat, whatever it is in my case, or in other cases, like the sort of stuff that's kind of contentious, but isn't real, but sounds like it is, or is trolling a little bit, that stuff goes up there, because lots of people upvote, they're like, oh wow, and lots of people downvote because they know it's not, therefore it goes as controversial, and it's the next step below that, and then below that is everything else, just as a sea of like non-upvoted, downvoted uploaded anything, which means that, you know, mixed in with just like, oh, hey Toy Cat, love the video, is hey Toy Cat, I think that you look blue and, you know, you look so ugly you should die, or like, hey Toy Cat, I think that, you know, your parkour skills are just insert awful word here, you know, stuff like that. Even though I have so many filters to block those comments, there's this kind of trend on YouTube, or like this, I guess, the YouTube community. People who watch videos, obviously, they're the normal people, but people who comment on videos, they're the people that see there is what is known as this giant negativity pool, and they're like, let's throw our hat in the ring anyway. And most people that see lots of negativity and decide to comment anyway are people who are also being negative. Like, I guess there's like 400 comments, like, I see 20 comments criticizing Toy Cat, but I jump on the bandwagon myself. Like, I literally saw someone being like, hey Toy Cat, I think, I used to like your videos, but I think you make the worst ones now because this, that, and that. And it was just the same thing that had already been posted like 20 times, but they'd clearly seen it and be like, well, clearly that's my opinion now too. And yeah, I think that's the real problem that you get with YouTube comments. Like, it's a sea of negative, like, basically the upvote downvote system is meant to fix it. It doesn't, but instead of fixing the system, it's just created it's created an environment where, you know, negative comments are even more widespread. You can't, it's hard to see positivity in YouTube. And bear in mind that when I say this, I do mean, like, for every one negative comment, there's probably 10 positive, but the way as a creator your mind works, or anyone, like, if you have 10 people you know, compliment your hair one day, you're like, oh, that's kind of nice. One person says your hair looks like a bird nest, and, you know, it looks like someone's pooped in it, or I'm trying to use nice PG ways to describe hair here, but, you know, if someone describes your hair like that, you can be like, oh, this is the worst. If I say right now, you know, your eyebrows look kind of funny, you're gonna be like, do they? I mean, no one said anything about them yet. Stuff like that, the way human insecurity works, is every, you know, like, every one negative comment is, like, drowned out, every, like, 10 positive comments can be drowned out by a negative one, and when there's such a high percent of negativity, that's how YouTubers go crazy. That's why so many YouTubers read the comment section and just get depressed, or just get sad, because you see so much like that, and even though, even when you're online, you get a thick skin, after a certain point, it's just like, this is just the worst, and I'm not going to be dealing with that. So, yeah, that's what I think the problem with YouTube is. I think it's not necessarily the community. I think most people that watch my videos, 99% of you, or 98%, or whatever it is, are really good people. Like, good people, I don't know if that's the correct word, but, like, you're just normal people that watch the videos, enjoy learning about your Minecraft or whatever, but there's just a certain percent of people that are either trolls, because they like getting a reaction, they just have negativity in their head, they need to get into the world at every opportunity, or whatever it is, there are people like that exist, and these are the people that are being vocal in the YouTube comments. So, yeah, what is the solution to this then? Let me just say that. First of all, let me say that although YouTube could fix their system, that would be the best way, like, have a proper system that somehow can filter this stuff out. I don't think YouTube are going to. Like, asking YouTube to change is like asking a polar bear not to eat you. Like, maybe it will work if we all try, but realistically, let's just, you know, that's not the way that's done. You're not going to you're not going to convince a polar bear with a convincing argument and, like, a Twitter campaign. So what should we do instead? Well, let me start by saying that YouTube is my favorite platform after all of this stuff. Let me just move this. After all of this stuff, YouTube is still my favorite platform. It's still where I'm going to be uploading 2 videos a day or whatever for the next long time. It's still where I'm going to spend all my efforts talking to you and telling you about Minecraft facts, the stuff I love, the stuff that hopefully you enjoy watching. But I think if you want to get back in touch with me, one, you can do it in the comments, and if enough people are like, you know, I'm gonna try and just be positive even if I don't have too much to say, just say, good video, or something like that, just sound like, oh, thank you. Because, again, when we like start to bounce the sea. But if you actually want to say something that you need to get to me in some way, because I can't guarantee every YouTube comment, or you have something you want to say at me and it's really important, or just whatever it is, I figure, why not use other social media? So Twitter, for instance, there isn't a spam of awful jokes and, you know, like, stuff that isn't really relevant. It's just people who want to say something to me, and even though there's some people in there that aren't too great, it means I can see what are people saying to me. So follow me at IBXToyCat on Twitter, send me a tweet if there's something you want to say at me, like you want to say, hey Toycat, new update just came out, or like, hey Toycat, did you know that Steve's skin actually has, like, a pixel missing? Or if you want to say something like that the YouTube comments are traditionally good for, try saying it on Twitter instead. If you want to, like, you know, have a small, like, online conversation, Twitter works like that too. If you want to have something where you talk to me, I'd say Facebook is the best solution. So facebook.com/IBXToycat, because the cool thing about that is I'll read every message. Some messages are like, you know, I don't know how to respond to, because they're not really things like that, but you can see I've at least read your message, and if you want to guarantee I've read it, that's how you can go through there. And also, if you need response from me and it needs to be in private, Facebook's the best way. But if you want to talk about me and have a better system than the YouTube comments, I have my own subreddit, reddit.com/r/IBXToycat. It's not used at all right now. Maybe that's something you want to do if you use your Reddit. If you don't use your but if you do use Reddit's also, Minecraft 360 is a subreddit I'm active on a lot, so maybe you'll see me there, or something like that, or, like, post a video there and talk about it there. I don't know what the best solution is, but I just know the YouTube comments right now kind of encourage jokes, controversy, and negativity in a way that they really shouldn't, and that there's no real way to fix without changing the system. And assuming we can't do that, Follow me at IBXToyCat on Twitter. What is it called on Facebook? Like my page? Like my Facebook page. There's no actual content there for the most part, besides like every few months I'll show travel photos, but the actual, you know, like if you want to contact me, that's a good way to do it. Besides that, there's Reddit, I guess. Don't send me messages in Xbox because it's the same problem of just like, I'm never going to see that because it's just a sea of things. And besides that, I will still try to read a lot of YouTube comments, but now I understand why people don't. I understand the level of toxicity, and I think I get why it drives people crazy. For me, again, I try to keep my distance because every now and then I'll just go into like, why do I do what I do? And I'll spend like hours working on a video, and then it's just all awful stuff. But I think it's something that I guess you have to learn to realize that that's not indicative of the 50,000 people that watched it or the 30,000 people that watched it. They all enjoy the video. They decide to like it or whatever. It's just the YouTube comments themselves are a bad place. And this is just a bunch of thoughts on that. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Maybe I ranted for a while. But anyway, Facecam Toycat talks about YouTube comments. So I hope you all enjoyed the video, because I'll see you all in the next one. So, goodbye.